on the shore of the loch, between the loch and the road. And this came to the attention of the local newspaper, and the next day the headlines were Loch Ness Monster Seen. So that phrase, Loch Ness Monster, first entered the public imagination. And from that point onwards, the number of reported sightings increased and increased and increased, and now there are at least 1,000 reported sightings since 1933. Some of them have been explained away by science. Sometimes you can say it's a wake created by a boat, or it's really a bird landing on the shore of the loch, or perhaps a seal that has come into the loch, or if it's under the water it might be thought to be debris. But there are some sightings that they cannot absolutely explain away, so we can retain the mystery and the sense of mystery as to whether there might be something there. But obviously there are some people who do believe. A few years ago, a triathlon event was organised around the loch. So that's with swimming, cycling and running. And the organisers of the triathlon insured every competitor in the sum of £1 million against the risk of being bitten by Nessie. There have also been attempts at scientific studies to try and detect whether there is something unexplained. Back in the late 1980s, they had what they called Operation Deep Scan. They had a whole line of boats across the loch, slowly going right down the loch with sonar scans underneath, scanning the entire length of the loch. Fortunately, on the very last day, they did find a sounding that they could not completely explain away, so the mystery could survive. And last year, and I've not heard the results of this yet, but last year we had a professor from one of the European universities, I've just forgotten immediately which one, came over with a group of students and was taking water samples from all different parts of the loch, because his theory is that everything that swims through the loch will leave a trace of DNA. So he was going to test all the water samples to try and identify any DNA to see if they could find something that was unknown. Now, I've not heard what the results of that study are. Presumably they may be published sometime this year. But again, I hope they do not get a definite answer, because I would like us, please, to keep the mystery.